Hey, you must have heard the buzzwords digital marketing, influencer marketing, and social media marketing agency and all. Well, in this episode of Bitscast, I have Imraan Mo. He is actually the head of a social media agency called as Moholla, and he's been a part of this social media marketing industry from a really long time. And in this video, he'll be sharing with you the best insights of what social media marketing is, what digital marketing is, what influencer marketing is, and he will also answer the question: should you start a social media marketing agency in 2020? This is a great podcast episode on Bitscast, and again, I am Ishan Sharma as always. And here we talk about some of the myths that people have about digital marketing and marketing in general. Yeah, this is a great episode. Make sure that you watch to the very end. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, guys. Like this video. Thank you so much for clicking on this video, and yeah, enjoy, sit back and relax and watch this video till the very end, and I hope you learn something. Hello Imran, thank you so much for joining me here for this podcast interview. How are you doing there?
I'm doing wonderful, Ishan. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me on your show. I really love your show. I would like to congratulate you first. The kind of speed that you have right now, in, getting your subscribers and all.
Yeah.
I mean, I have seen your video a month ago where you were celebrating your 100 subscribers, and just within a month, you have
Yeah.
800 some subscribers, right? So, firstly, I would like to congratulate you on this amazing.
Thank you so much. The growth has been amazing.
Yep, yep. I hope that this is gonna go big.
Hopefully. Yeah, so I'm actually really excited to
Yeah.
talk to you about marketing and what your journey has been like. How did you get started into this, this sector of marketing from mechanical engineering? Tell me a little about that.
So, as you have mentioned, I have done my bachelor's in technology, which is called BTech in India, right, in mechanical
Yeah.
engineering. And then I moved to the US. I did my master's there. And initially, I did a couple of semesters in mechanical engineering. And since I didn't see much dollars, so I thought maybe I'll jump into software engineering. Then I have transferred my credits to software engineering, and then I got graduated in masters in software
Mm-hmm.
engineering, and then I started my career as an IT business analyst, right? And
Okay.
my first job was in New York, and I worked for this company called Related. It's a premium real estate company in New York. They have 15 different properties in Manhattan, and they are trying to build some kind of seamless experience for their users, since they are in the premium business of real estate.
Yeah.
And so basically, what they were trying to do was they were trying to build an online leasing application, right? So I was the only business analyst for the entire IT department, and I was the one who had to, gather the requirements, and I was doing a lot of wireframes. I was building the UI, UX, a lot of stuff. And then I moved to Citibank, and even there is the same story. I was building products. And it's all building which was happening. But then I thought, I mean, I had to come back to India because of my visa issues, and then I started my own agency here, and it was a
Okay.
design agency, and I was trying to sell the same premium services to the Indian market, but the Indian market was not mature enough during that point of time because the
Hmm.
digital transformation was still, in a very nascent stage.
Yeah.
So, and and then I was trying to sell quality services, but the market was demanding only for the services, so that quality was missing. So then I thought maybe I have to train myself more to understand the Indian market. Then I worked a few jobs in Indian startups, and then a few corporate companies here in India. And then I deliberately got into these marketing positions. I mean, no one were ready to, take me in with the kind of experience that I had. Everyone wanted me to
Okay.
build the product, but then I said, I don't want to build products. I want to sell products, because a lot of products are getting shelved. I mean, they're like engineering, because see, a lot of us, we are all engineers, right? So we want
Yeah.
to build products. But there are like very few people who want to sell products, and that's why I wanted to get into this challenging business of selling, right? And this is the game is a little different. You cannot go door to door and sell things here, right? So digital marketing was something which will really which really fascinated me. That industry, which was totally new to the Indian market, and then I said I will venture myself into marketing, and that's how I am here in front of you as a marketer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that after at some point, every single job becomes a marketing job. Like you have to sell yourself to the company or like whatever you're doing. Like even if you want a raise, if you even if you want a promotion, you have to learn the art of selling yourself. So like, what are the tips that makes a person a better marketer? What would you tell about that?
Yeah, so the answer is pretty much it's personal branding, because see earlier I was not really active on LinkedIn like a couple of months ago,
Yeah.
but I was always active on LinkedIn as a company page, right? I was
Mm-hmm.
building the reputation, I was building all these company pages on LinkedIn, but I was not really active on my own profile, right?
Okay.
And then see there are like a lot of restrictions which comes, I mean, which act upon you when you really want to personal brand yourself when you're in a big company,
Yeah.
right? So there are a few challenges, but yeah, to grow as a marketer, you have to sell yourself. See, because you are the only person who know you better than anyone else. So the best
Sure.
product or the only product which you can sell like anything else in this world is yourself. And if you can't
Mm-hmm.
market yourself, you can't market anything else, is what I feel, right? So
Okay.
the very first step is to sell yourself first. Selling yourself is not like trading yourself for something else,
Yeah.
but you add value to the market, and you add value to your colleagues, to your network, basically. And that's how the value piles up around you.
Mm-hmm.
The moment you start giving, adding value, right, the value comes back to you, and it's going to pile up around you, and that's when you will look like one powerful, a value add machine for the network or the market.
Yeah. And
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 after,
a and a great example of that is Gary Vaynerchuk.
yeah, yeah, because
Great.
see what he does is basically he put himself, uh, and like he gives priority to himself more than the business that he's running.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
And if he falls down, the business will also falls down.
Mm-hmm.
But I think as you evolve as a personal brand, right, and that reputation might get transferred to the brand that you're building, and that's how it works.
Mm.
I think even before Gary, right, I usually follow Ogilvy. Even
Who?
today, if you look at the company page of Ogilvy and all, right, all his experiences and all his words, right, those powerful,
Yeah.
still, I mean, they work like magic even today in the market,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, personal branding is something which you really need to focus if you want to sell something powerful.
All right. And talking about influencer marketing, tell me what influencer marketing exactly is and what are the best platforms for finding influencers?
So influencer marketing is not a new concept. It became popular these days, but influencer marketing is quite very. I mean, it's a very old concept. Say, for example, in the olden days, right, you have this reference, right? Say, for example, let's go to the King's era, right? There might be some new theory or philosophy that you want to, or you're trying to. I can't really say imposing. You know what? Let's get out of that example, and let me give you a very simple. It's a very basic definition that I want to help you with here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is an industry, correct? And
Hmm.
and there is a person, and that's what we are looking at. you're basically using a person to put a word out who is
Yeah.
quite influential. Because let's break it down influencer marketing into two parts. Influencer is influencer himself, and marketing is marketing, right? So marketing is all about communicating effectively, and this effectiveness of that communication will be more powerful if you have an influential person. And
Okay.
so you're basically using his influence to put a to put a word out there.
Mm-hmm.
If, for example, you and me go and say something in the market, there might be a very less traction, or there might be a, I mean, because we don't have a huge set of audience, or
Yeah.
not have. It's not just audience. You need audience who has an ear for you.
Hmm.
They should be listening to you. They should be believing in you. And how does this happen? Is by years of adding value. You have to add value for years and years and years, and then you build a reputation, right? So and monetizing on that reputation is nothing but influencer marketing,
Mm-hmm.
right? And if you, I mean, these days, right, or maybe in the last half a decade, since last 5 years, whenever you hear this word called influencer marketing, you think of Instagram first,
Yeah.
because Instagram. There are three big industries that I always talk about, right, when it comes to influencer marketing, which is fashion, food, and entertainment. And these three are like the major industries, very huge industries in the market, correct?
Yeah.
Because these are the industries which really come and touch the livelihood of a human.
Mm-hmm.
No B2B involved here. It's mostly B2C, and
Yeah.
B2 volume of B2B is less. There might be only 1,000 or 100,000 companies in the world, but there are like billions of humans. So when
Mm-hmm.
you're touching these many lives, right, that is when these three industries, stand out, which is food, fashion, and entertainment. And that is
Okay.
when, I mean, that's where Instagram really, took it over. But if you look at LinkedIn influencers, it's
Mm.
a B2B business. I mean, the industries are different, the niche is different. I mean, I might not understand what a scientist is talking about. A scientist might not understand what a marketer is talking about. A marketer cannot understand what uh, a medical professional is talking about, right? So
Yeah.
the industries are like quite different on LinkedIn. But the point is,
Mm-hmm.
it's not just on Instagram, but it doesn't matter what platform it is.
Mm-hmm.
Influencers are there everywhere.
And what do you think about the influencers that are currently using TikTok as their platform? Like
So,
this is something that was really, in the news and everyone was talking about it like a while ago, a week ago. What is your perspective on this whole TikTok influencers thing?
basically, we call them as the micro influencers, right?
Yeah.
So I have this analogy where I can talk about how it works in TikTok and how it works in LinkedIn. Say for example, there's a very big fish and there's a pond.
Hmm.
This big fish can go, I mean, it can swim around, but it cannot go and explore the minute edges or like the small edges of the spoon. But if you have like 10 very small fishes, tiny fishes, right, they can go and explore the entire pool. They can go into the nooks and hooks of it, right? So this
Yeah.
is how micro influencers work. Say, for
Hmm.
example, especially in India or Brazil, where the internet usage is going up, and I mean, the affordability rate has come down drastically, right? So it's very easy to download an app like TikTok because, say, for example, even if it is a construction worker or if it is I mean, anyone who is below the poverty line, right? Even they can afford this. I mean, them downloading TikTok on their phone, right? So this is
Hmm.
where a micro influencer is coming into the picture, and I mean, micro influencers are one who will arise from the community, from just someone just like us. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm the person who usually talk to my car cleaner. If you look at my LinkedIn uh, posts, right? I talk about the
Hmm.
consumer, I talk about the vegetable vendor, I talk about all these damn small human touch points which actually, are enabling our living.
Okay. Yeah.
So when you're touching these kind of touch points who are actually setting up the framework for you to live in this society,
Mm.
and that is when the real influence comes into the picture, right? So
Okay, and I'm actually curious to know, like, TikTok just has like a 15-second video, right? So how is marketing, successful in a 15-second time frame? Like, I mean, it is something that is counterintuitive. Like, it takes time, right? Like when you're actually selling something, like even if an influencer is saying that I bought this and you can try this out, it's really good. How does that happen in just a 15-second time frame?
it might look like just 15-second thing that you're, investing, right? So, but
Yeah.
if you like someone's profile, what you will do is you'll right swipe and you'll see what are all the videos he has uploaded. So
Hmm.
15 into 150 videos that he has uploaded.
Yeah.
Is 150 into 15. Let me do the math. 15. It's around maybe a couple of hours. Correct.
Hmm.
And you have this time span to influence this person.
Okay.
Right, you will just because what happens here is usually this is how it works in influencer marketing, right? Again, this is the equation because I come from the world of strategy. This is how the equation works. I'm not going to be hiring or employing just one influencer to put out my word. I'll
Yeah.
be uh, hiring at least 10 or 15 micro influencers to put out my word,
Hmm.
right? And then again, how this thing works is, say for example, if I'm hiring Ishan to talk about podcasts, and you're going to be my influencer. So what you're going to do is you'll be talking about podcasts in 5 different videos,
Okay.
right?
Hmm.
5 different videos, and then I have 10 other Ishans talking about this.
Yeah.
So 5 into 10, 50 videos which are out there,
Hmm.
right? Which are talking about podcasts.
Yeah.
So 50 into the number of viewers that you have.
Hmm.
Say, for example, you have 100,000 followers.
Yeah.
50 into 100,000 is 50 lakhs,
Hmm.
which is 5 million. So when you're
Yeah.
reaching 5 million people, you're putting out a very strong word out there.
Hmm.
So the equation quadruples. It's all about the math here. Those 15 seconds are very valuable. And also, you don't need 2 or 3 hours to put out a word. 10 or 15 seconds is enough. It's more like an advertisement, right? The
Hmm.
commercials that we used to see, they're not like for 2 hours, they're for only 10 or 15 seconds. Basically, what you're trying to
Okay.
do, you're buying your media. Even TikTok
Hmm.
is a powerful social media, right? So you have
Yeah.
called media buying and advertising or marketing.
Hmm.
So you're buying out of 15 seconds of media,
Yeah.
right? And you have so many number of followers. So you're essentially
Hmm.
you're buying out 15 into 100,000 seconds of media.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. I have another question for you. Like, if someone searches marketing on, let's say, YouTube, or someone gets an ad of marketing, one of the most common people is like Thai Lopez talking about how you should start a social media marketing agency, and that way you can grow your, you can earn a lot of money. And I think this has become some sort of like a scam that a lot of people are doing. Telling them that you will learn about Facebook ads and you will learn about funnels and all of those things. And at the end of the day, they try to fool people into it, and then everyone thinks that social media agencies are not cost effective for that particular business. What do you think about this whole industry that is popping up of making courses about teaching marketing?
So basically, see, this concept called monetizing,
Yeah.
right? So if you are very good at, if you are a skilled, if you have a skilled art of monetizing, right? This is what you do. When
Hmm.
you have so many followers with you, you want to sell something, right? And what
Yeah.
you're trying to sell here is your experience. And
Hmm.
your experience that you have is your digital marketing experience.
Yeah.
He's just trying to sell what he has with him, but
Hmm.
he might not be thinking of the value add that he's going to bring. to his viewers or his followers. Correct.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Again, right, this is not a scam. This is an opportunity that they have because digital marketing is a very essential skill these days.
Mm-hmm.
I don't say that that's going to be your entire, I mean, it's the only thing. I mean, there's nothing called digital marketing career. Digital marketing is basically a skill that you have to learn to
Yeah.
at this point of time. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like living, right?
Yeah.
And you have a lot of people who are helping you or are telling you how to live in this society.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
yeah, it's pretty much there. I mean, it's not a scam. It's just that they see an opportunity and they're trying to sell it. And yeah, they're good at selling and let them do.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm
one,
actually curious to know, like, if social media, starting an agency right now in 2020, does that really make sense? Because there are actually so many people starting out, and it's actually funny. I was yesterday looking at freelancer.com. I was looking for some projects that I can do, and I saw this guy who was like saying that make a course for me on digital marketing that I will use to market to other people. So basically, he will be saying that he will be teaching that, but in reality, he is taking someone else to make that course for him.
yeah. So again, as I told you, right, it's basically the web of opportunities that we have.
Mm-hmm.
Like America is land of opportunities, internet is the web of opportunities. You
Yeah.
just and you're just trying to connect the threads, the silk threads, and you're just trying to be one of those spiders.
Mm-hmm.
And if the web that you want to build is like a very big web or it's so broad enough, you'll try to take help of another spider,
Okay.
right? But
Yeah.
ultimately, you need to have this home, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say, for example, there is an abandoned. See, basically, I was writing this content this morning for my website,
Okay.
and that's what is actually taking it over right now. So basically, what I feel is these spiders, right? What
Yeah.
space does is you're sitting right here, you and me are talking here, and you
Mm-hmm.
don't know, but there's somewhere around me which is trying to construct a web.
Yeah.
I mean, you cannot hear the noise, but still there's something which is being built right behind you,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how the digital presence is.
Okay. Yeah.
You never know what is cooking around you, but you want to make that digital web presence always in the internet.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have these many spiders around you on freelancer.com, and you have all of these, right?
Yeah.
But you need to have these homes or these places, right? Say, for example,
Yeah.
there is no building. What a spider will do, it will go and do it on a tree or something else.
Yeah.
But when you're constructing these many houses, obviously you're trying to, occupy their real estate, and they will get into this real estate.
Mm-hmm.
So more the buildings you have, more the spiders you get.
Mm-hmm.
As simple as that.
Okay. And does it make sense to start an agency right now in 2020?
See, agency, I cannot really say it makes sense or not, but the thing is, it's not about just starting an agency. It's all about closing the client.
Mm-hmm.
You can start an agency anytime, but it's the clients which will decide whether it's going to stay open
But
or.
what is the supply and demand of the this? Like, are there more businesses or are there more people that want to take these businesses? What is the state right now?
See, since you have, see, again, let me bring that influencer equation that which you have started, right? So,
Yeah.
since you have these big heads like Gary and Seth Godin, right? They talk about
Yeah.
content a lot.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, and it's obvious, it's quite obvious. You don't need to be Gary V or Harry G to understand that you need a lot of content to build your business. It's obvious when you're trying to build a digital platform, you obviously need some kind of juice which is flowing through these ducts, right?
Yeah.
The ducts. So
Hmm.
obviously you need a lot of content. So and obviously not everyone are smart enough to write content. So,
Hmm.
and especially the millennials or the generation Y or the generation X or Z or whatever that generation is, we
Yeah.
we always talk about creativity,
Mm-hmm.
unlike our earlier generations who talk about safety, who talk about security, who talks about
Yeah.
uh,
Hard work and all.
human relationships and all that. So that was a different generation. But this generation is all about building, creating. It's all about creativity, right? So when
Yeah.
everyone comes into the market claiming that you know what I can create something new, and that something new is nothing but a piece of content,
Mm-hmm.
right? When you have this opportunity of creating a lot of content, so obviously there's an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Again, what the point is, you might be involved in creating a lot of content and you will be helping a business to make a mark in the market.
Okay.
But it's ultimately the consumers who will decide whether that business is going to be successful or not.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, the opportunities that we're going to be having are as volatile as the businesses which are being built in the market.
Okay. Yeah.
So you're just trying, you're like ants, you know, you're just
Mm-hmm.
keeping on building what you have and someone else will come and occupy it or destroy it.
Yeah.
The opportunity is there. I mean, ants will never look at the probability of success. They just simply go and, build what they have to do.
Yeah.
They have to build. So, yeah, same equation that
All
we have.
right. Yeah. I understand. And what would be your resources for someone to learn digital marketing? Like, how does one get started in this field?
It's pretty much simple. No, it's painful, I would say. So, learning digital marketing is a very painful process because you have to invest in a lot of time,
Yeah.
right? More than anything else, it's the time which actually helps you gain more
Mm-hmm.
knowledge in digital marketing because you need to fail many a times. That is when you need to experiment many a times
Mm-hmm.
because it's so dynamic. It's
Yeah.
fast. I mean, you can't catch this digital what do you call evolution. It's so
Mm-hmm.
quick. It's so fast. What you see today is not there tomorrow. Instagram
Yeah.
is not that much in demand, or you might not be hearing much about Instagram today. But there's
Mm-hmm.
TikTok, and the moment you understood that TikTok is the thing, and all of
Mm-hmm.
a sudden the COVID thing came into the picture, and we said, let's ban China products, Chinese
Yeah.
products. And
Mm-hmm.
now you don't know whether you want to use TikTok or not, and there might be something else cooking behind us, where a new version of TikTok, an Indian version of TikTok, might be coming in a couple of months. So you
Yeah.
have to know what is happening around you, right? So what you have to do
Mm-hmm.
is you have to experiment a lot. So in this process of experimentation, you become very strong enough. You become robust as a personal brand,
All
right?
right.
And yeah, that's how you gain experience. And all you need to there's one skill that you need to have if you want to be, or I would say a characteristic or a feature if you want to be a digital marketer, which is you should be not having so many feelings. If you're failing, you're failing. Don't take it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to try and then rinse and repeat and all that. Understand what happened wrong and then try again and try again.
That is it, and that's why content uh, you know plays a very crucial role, because more the content you have, more powerful you have, more
Mm-hmm.
power you have. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's actually talk about LinkedIn and how it has helped you so far.
LinkedIn is an amazing platform. It's really, really, really an amazing platform because LinkedIn is one platform which,
Yeah.
I mean, I have logged into LinkedIn in the year 2008.
Oh.
The kind of professionalism that it still has, right? I just
Mm-hmm.
love it. Because if you go look at Facebook, initially it's just started as a Facebook or a friend book
Yeah.
directory. I just want to, started more like a chat version.
Yeah.
I moved
Mm-hmm.
to US in the year 2008. So I just want to connect with one of my friend in India. So it was just a very pure, like a simple communication platform.
Mm-hmm.
But now if you look at Facebook, it grew multi-folds. You don't know what is happening in Facebook. It's like a market. It's
Yeah.
a bazaar, you know. The other
Mm-hmm.
day, just have come to know that there's some tab called gaming in Facebook. The moment I clicked on it, there are like PUBG lives going on and the same kind of live streams which I used to see on YouTube in
Yeah.
2007. And the same, this hangama or this chaos is all happening there on
It has
Facebook.
gotten too confusing, I think, Facebook as a platform, and that's why Mark Zuckerberg has started focusing more on Instagram and other social media platforms other than Facebook.
Yeah, so basically he's trying to capture the entire web
Mm-hmm.
time of a consumer,
Yeah.
right? He's not letting the consumer go anywhere else other than his products. He's in
Mm-hmm.
WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, and now he has recently Geo, and he has recently bought one more platform, something else, right? So
Yeah.
basically, essentially, he's buying out a lot of personal time of a consumer.
Yeah.
But LinkedIn is still owning that professional time of the user.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, LinkedIn, big thumbs up. And
All
how
right.
it
And what are some of the common mistakes that people have that they actually do on LinkedIn, according to you?
plagiarism. There's no original
Okay.
content. There's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
copy paste that happens on LinkedIn. And me, I what I do is I don't spend a lot of time, but I browse through a lot of profiles on a regular basis to understand, how I can, because obviously LinkedIn is all about personal branding and
Yeah.
leveraging your personal brand to bring in more clients and business for yourself, right? So
Mm-hmm.
obviously, I'll go and see who is actually gaining business and who is losing business. So in this
Mm-hmm.
process, I go through a lot of posts. I understand the people's behavior and all the kind of engagement. But because for me, it's not the vanity metrics; it's the engagement that I look at,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I can see that a lot of plagiarism is happening. A lot of content is being copy pasted and one of my friend yesterday, she was complaining. She was actually feeling that someone else copied her post, and no,
Yeah, even I remember that this happened to me too. I was writing about my best reads, the best books that I read last year, and someone randomly just copied that photo and put it into his post. And my friend was in college. He was saying that, "Oh, look at this guy. He just copied your." And I was like, "Okay, fine. I mean, he's trying to communicate the same message to his own audience, so it's okay. I mean,
you know what's the bad thing about it? He's
what?"
getting more engagement than you.
Okay. No, he didn't get more engagement than me. That's the point. He had like 50 connections, and I don't know why he thought to do that.
Yeah, I mean, this is what happened with this girl. This girl has around 1,000 followers.
Yeah.
She has posted and she got around 20, 30 likes and three or four comments. And this guy
Yeah.
who has 20,000 followers, he
Mm-hmm.
just copy and pasted on his, and he has 100
Okay.
reactions,
Uh,
30
mm-hmm.
comments, and these comments are like amazing thoughts,
Yeah.
blah blah.
Yeah.
He got the entire credit, and that's really sad. So that is,
All right.
and since you're talking about mistakes, right? And the
Yeah.
mistake is a lot of people are there. Like there are a lot of passive users, but there are no active users,
Yeah. Exactly.
right? So I mean, if you don't have anything to post, what you can do is you can at least go and engage with someone else's post. You can drop in your perspectives or your comments,
Mm-hmm.
and let the world know that you are there
Yeah.
and that you have logged in onto LinkedIn this morning. Let the world know that you are doing something there, right? So
That's so true. And as a result of that, that's why I'm actually creating my own book about LinkedIn, how you can use it for people like us, the people that are in college and are trying to looking out for internships, for job opportunities. I've done it all, right? I've actually talked to a lot of people. I've tried cold messaging. I've tried getting internships. And so I just wanted to share my journey. So that is how I'm making that. Yeah,
nice.
I'm actually. I have one more question for you, and that is something like my friend has a chatbot agency, and so he wanted to ask that what if when the automation goes up, coming into this new decade, does digital marketers still exist? Like, is there still a need for digital marketers to be present when the automation goes up?
It's going to be there. I mean, see, automation cannot really take the entire. It cannot, take over the human efforts.
Mm-hmm.
It can be a good customer support. It can be a good replicate. I mean, what do you call a substitute for
Okay.
customer support, but never a good customer support. See, I'll just give you a good example. Day before yesterday, I was trying to host. I was trying to buy a hosting plan for my one of my websites, and I was trying to get my SSL certificate
Yeah.
uh,
Mm-hmm.
apply on my website,
Mm-hmm.
my
Yeah.
domain. And the very first time, I mean, after a really, really long time, I spoke to one customer executive from GoDaddy. Earlier,
Okay.
I used to spend time on my phone for like forever, for like
Mm-hmm.
3 hours, 4 hours to understand how hosting works and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Right? So, but now I was consistently asking her a lot of questions, and
Yeah.
her name was Harshini. Yeah. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, Harshini, can you please help me with this? And the kind of stupid questions that I was asking, I'm telling you, I myself was totally pissed with the kind of questions and the kind of language that I was using. Not like
Okay.
abusive language, but the kind of
Yeah.
grammar that I was following. There was no grammar. Hey, what about this? What next? Question mark. I mean, there was no human touch to it for myself because, and if it would have been a robot which was no replying to my question,
Yeah.
I'd been totally
Mm-hmm.
pissed off. I was like, you know what? Let me come back to this maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
There was a human talking to me who said, "It's okay, don't worry. This happens with a lot of users." See, that
Yeah.
kind of empathy, right? A
That
lot of
human
people,
touch is missing when you talk to a chatbot.
right? So, I mean, it's. I don't see it happening in the at least 3 or 4 decades, the next three or
Oh.
4 decades.
Okay.
And one of my friend was, you have this new feature on LinkedIn, right, where you can create a poll, you can run.
Yeah.
So one of my very close friend was asking the entire fraternity, the LinkedIn family, like what happens to the content writing once the automation kicks in or once the automation go,
Mm-hmm.
leaps and bounds. My answer was very simple. Technology is not human,
Yeah.
is inhuman. Technology is inhuman,
Mm-hmm.
so it can never tell a story,
Okay.
but it
Yeah.
can create content.
Mm-hmm.
But what we need is a lot of storytellers
Yeah.
because emotion sells,
Mm-hmm.
right? Words don't sell,
Yeah.
emotions
Mm-hmm.
sell.
Yeah.
So,
This is interesting because you know what happened is that recently there is this corporation called as OpenAI,
yeah,
and they came up with this program with this AI that they just trained recently, who can actually write down complete functions for any program that you want to. You know, like I'm a developer, so they can write. It can print complete programs, and that literally everyone was scared. Like in my own college, everyone was scared about how it is able to do that, and everyone was fearing about this thing and how it is going to affect the developer society going forward. It's always interesting to talk about automation and how it's affecting us.
hmm, nice.
Mhm. And I wanted to ask you one last question, and that is, what is your future prediction for marketing, where it is going, and how has that changed from the last 10 years, and how it is going to change in the next 10 years?
Which means digital marketing sector.
Yeah,
How was it 10 years ago and how is it now? Is what you're asking?
yeah. How was it previously, and how is it going to change going forward?
I think it's still the same because the process is never going to change. It's the
Mm.
content, the platforms, it's the people, it's the
Yeah.
businesses, it's the brands, the brand building
Mm.
process. Marketing, it's all the same. It's just that it got crowded now.
Yeah.
A lot of players came into the industry, and it's all about how you win the race. That's
Okay.
it. It's going to be much crowded. It's going to be, I mean, it's going to be much crowded, not just with the users, but also with the kind of platforms, with the kind of applications that you have, which are coming and going. Because if you remember, Dub Smash was
Yeah.
there, but no one talks about Dub Smash,
Mm.
right? So I mean, it's getting crowded, it's changing, the dynamics are changing, but still the process of selling, the process of, I mean, we as humans, we are selling the same products, we're building the same
Mm-hmm.
brands. So digital marketing is going to be there forever in the same manner, the way it is right now. And yeah, pretty much same. We have to build the ways. That's it.
All right, Imran, thank you so much for joining me here for this podcast episode. I hope the audience will be able to learn something from this. And yeah, thanks a lot for joining me.
Thank you, Ishan. Thanks for having me here. Really, really wonderful talking to you.
Same here.
All
Alright guys, so that was Imran Mo from Moholla. I hope you enjoyed this video. Go check out Imran Mo on LinkedIn. He has an amazing profile. And yeah, thank you so much for watching till the very end. If you enjoyed this video on digital marketing and influencer marketing, do let me know which was the one point that really resonated with you. Alright, thank you so much for watching till the very end. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, guys. And if you are enjoying this series so far of Bitscast, go check out Apple Podcast and rate 5 stars this for this podcast. And yeah, thank you so much for watching to the very end. You guys are so amazing. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.